Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be building a chat server in Go. So basically, what is a chat server? So most of you might have used WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. So we are basically building a similar chat platform where multiple of your friends can join in and sort of type in messages and you can chat with each other. So we will be building a similar thing but locally, basically a chat server that runs locally on your system. So make sure you watch till the end of the video because this is a very important video where I'll be talking about Goroutines, channels, and concurrency. And this will be like very critical for you to understand if you want to like sort of build scalable applications using Go. So yeah, let's get started. So yeah, uh, chat server using Go. And also I'll be using cursor to implement this so that you also see how I can write code faster with the help of autocomplete feature. So let's get started. Client broadcast accept. You use tab to accept the code. So this is what I wanted. I wanted a global variables for client. So basically client is a map where the key is a connection, where connection is basically like if you have like a chat server, each client will connect to the chat server to chat, right? So that is the connection, net dot connection. And string is nothing but we will associate each connection with the username of the client. So basically create a map of a key as connection and value as the username. Broadcast, so basically we're creating a channel here. CHAN means channel of type string. So basically channel, you can assume it as like a pipe, so which is basically used to like transmit messages. So if you are familiar with concepts like pipe and WebSocket, which is basically like a medium to like transmit messages, a channel is very similar to that in Go. And mutex is very important when you are dealing with concurrent applications, because you need to make sure the program is thread safe, and you need to make sure that the global variables are written one at a time. So these three things are global variables. So whenever you're accessing client, you need to make sure you add mutex so that it's thread safe. Okay, now after this, let's write main, accept it. So yeah, so net lot listen, so we will be listening at 8080, which is localhost. So this chat server will be listening at port 8080 in localhost, and this will be a TCP connection. So I hope you guys are familiar with TCP and UDP. Basically these are network communication protocol, where TCP means no packets will be lost. It's reliable. So all the network packets that are transmitted are numbered and it won't be lost. But if it is a UDP, the packets can be lost. But the advantage of using UDP is it's like quite fast, but it's not reliable. TCP is reliable. We use TCP for chat server because we don't want to lose out on any of the messages. Okay. Now this is just basic error handling if the connection fails. And defer len dot close. So I have explained what a defer means in one of my previous videos. So defer basically means you need to call this function after all the surrounding functions are called. So basically that's what defer means. Now accept the rest of the code. Server is running on port 8080, which is correct. And then okay, yeah, so what is happening here? So this is basically a infinite loop. So basically, a chat server should be able to accept as many connections as possible. So we'll be running it in a infinite loop. And as soon as each connection comes in, we accept it. And then if there is an error, we sort of try to like print out the error. Otherwise, we create a Go routine for handling each of the client. We will write this Go routine now, but basically this is what you want to understand. So we have like if we accept the connection, we have a Go routine which will sort of handle the connection to that client. Why we are using a Go routine here? Because we should be able to handle multiple clients concurrently. So if you don't use a Go routine here, you will be handling one client after another, which makes no sense when you're building a concurrent application. So that's why we are making use of Go routine here. Now let's write that function handle client. Yeah, but before this we also need to yeah, con dot write enter your name. So basically, as first thing we do while handling the each client is ask them for their name, and then take that name and then sort of do an error handling. Okay, let me first complete this code and then I can sort of easily explain what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, yeah. So now let me explain what's happening here. So let's add some space. Okay. So the first thing we are doing is, as I mentioned, we are asking the name of the client, and then we are reading the name and everything. And if there is an error, we are handling it here. And once we get the name, do some string processing like trimming the spaces and whatever in the name. And then we are adding the name into the client map. I think here there is a issue because whenever you're adding something to the global variable which is client, it should be like protected with mutex. Yeah, I don't know why the autocomplete didn't add it, but we'll add it. So yeah, we are writing the name into the client and then broadcast. Yeah, so this one I haven't written still. So yeah, so let me write it. Go handle broadcast. Okay, so this is okay. This is like a bit complex to explain, but I'll try my best. So basically, we are writing handle broadcasting here because every time a client sends a message to the chat server, that message should be broadcasted to every other client that is present in the chat server. So similarly, it works in WhatsApp, right? Whenever in your WhatsApp group one person sends a message, that message is sent to everybody else in the group also. So to handle that functionality, we are creating a Go routine for handle broadcasting. So what happens in handle client? It's okay. Now you understood that much. Now I'll go over this code, and when that broadcasting part comes, I'll again explain. So yeah, you got the name of the client, you added it into the client map, and then broadcast here. See, you're broadcasting this message that this particular client has joined the chat into the broadcasting channel. So basically, uh, the Go routine. So basically, broadcast is nothing but a channel here. So basically, you are adding this message. This person has joined the chat to broadcast channel. From that channel, it will be basically broadcasted to all the clients. So now for loop, then again reader dot read string. So this basically reads each message for the client. This is a infinite loop, keeps running. So whatever message the client sends, it keeps reading. If there is an error, it handles it, and then again little bit formatting like trim space and everything, and again you broadcast that message like the name of the client and the message they sent into that pipe which or the channel that we had created. You add it to that. And then if the client leaves the chat or something, then you just delete that hash map. Again, we need to use mutex while we delete it, because we need to make it thread safe. And then you display that that client has left the chat in the broadcast channel. Now we still have to write this handle broadcasting. So let's write that. Okay, so what is happening in handle broadcasting? So here we are going through, see, broadcast is what? Broadcast is a channel here, right? So broadcast is a channel. So, and as I mentioned here, we kept adding each of the messages of the client into this broadcast channels. So what we do in handle broadcasting go routine, we traverse through each of the messages in the broadcast channel. That's why we have a for loop here. And then we traverse through all of the clients in the connect in the um, client map. Basically, whatever client map we have here, we traverse through all of the clients. Obviously, when we are accessing the global variable, we need a mutex. So within the mutex, we traverse the client. And then what are we doing here? Connection dot write this message. So basically, uh, connection dot write will write this whatever message was there in the broadcast. We traverse through all the clients and write it to all of them. So basically, imagine it like this. So you have a WhatsApp group. One of the friends sends a message telling, "Hey, good morning." So that message is this one. First, good morning. This is the message. Now there are 5 friends in the WhatsApp group. You go through all of your 5 friends and write good morning into all of them. So basically, when they read the message or when they open the WhatsApp chat, they will say good morning. So that's what this connection dot write is doing. It's writing that message to all of the clients which are present. So basically, let me. I think that's all of the code for chat server. It's quite simple. Let me summarize it. We have 3 things, 3 blocks, and also we need to import the packages. So let's do that. Okay. So yeah, there are this part, this var. Here we are declaring all the global variables that is required for us. One is client map, which is a map with key as connection and value as string, where string is the username. And broadcast is a channel wherein which is used to transmit messages. Mutex is used for locking mechanism and it's mainly used to ensure thread safety. And then in the main method, what we basically do is create a chat server connection. So it is a TCP server and it's at local host 8080. And then error handling. And then this you understand, you close the connection once all the functions, surrounding functions are called. And then this is important, you create a go routine for handle broadcasting. So what does handle broadcasting do? As I explained, it takes each of the message in this broadcast channel and broadcasts it to all the clients that is present. Okay, so why are we calling it here? Because we want it to be always ready to do this. So as soon as there is a message that's written into a broadcast channel, it should automatically be given to all the clients. So to make it ready to always write it to all the clients, as soon as there's some message in the broadcast channel, we create a go routine for it initially only so that it's already ready. And then we just print server is running, create an infinite loop here. uh, yeah, and then accept the connection which comes in, and then called handle client here, which is also a go routine. It's again a go routine because you need to be able to handle multiple clients concurrently. So what is happening in handle client? So in handle client, basically just ask them to enter their name and add that name into the hash map. And obviously you need to, whenever you're accessing the global variable, make it thread safe. And then you write into this broadcast channel that the client has entered the chat. Okay. And as soon as you write anything in the broadcast channel, you know that handle broadcast will immediately like send it to all the clients. So always this, since it is concurrent, make sure like whenever you write anything here, this is also already happening, just know that. And then handle client also has an infinite loop. Why? Because the client will be able to send how many ever messages he wants into the chat, right? So that's an infinite loop. Read all the messages and send it into the broadcast channel. Once again, whenever the message is sent, it will be broadcasted to every other client. And then if the client leaves the chat, delete the entry from the hash map and broadcast a message telling that client has left the chat and close the connection to the client. And this I already explained it to you, handle broadcasting, which we are calling it here. So now let's check the code. So yeah, server is running on port 8080. Now go to another terminal, a new terminal, and then nc localhost 8080. So basically this is a client, basically one of your friend he connecting to the server. So you're asking enter your name. So I'll enter my name. So yeah, I have joined the chat. Now I'll be like, hi everyone. So this message will be broadcasted to everyone else. Like that, you can sort of like create multiple server and start chatting here. You can just be like, good morning, and then and again like one more terminal you can create, and one more terminal you can create and again start chatting. So basically like this is like a local chat server. So to for each client to connect, you need to run this command from a terminal. So this is I am one of the client. Some if I create one more terminal and run this command, that will be one more client, like that. Basically we created a chat server where you can create like a group chat. So yeah, I hope you understood the tutorials. Stay tuned for more such content, and please like try to rewatch it and understand this concept of concurrency, go routine, and channels and mutex like correctly, because it's very critical. Thank you so much. Please subscribe.